Okay, well, the level's there. How does it sound? Yeah, that's good. Stream info needs changing. Got the Q&A segment all skipped. Kind of helped, but there's the announcement content took up the last 20 minutes. So it didn't require as much... it didn't require as much focus to process. I needed rods for that, didn't I? We want some iron plates, which are over there. I'm mostly only going to be streaming for as long as it takes to export all of the clips. I might try uploading. I'm not 100% sure how much upload bandwidth I actually have on this connection. Yeah, like with regards to the upload bandwidth, like if I can stream and upload clips at the same time. Get myself fiber to the cabinet. So if I get myself fiber to the premises and fiber to the cabinet, I would definitely have the upload bandwidth. For reasons I shall not get into, that's not within my control. With the clipping all being done, the clipping phase all being done within one day, that should mean that I'll actually be able to get more community highlight segments done. Which is going to be handy, because we've only got like 7 or 8 more days left before I've got all of 2022 archived. The quicker I can get through that, the better. Right, what was that item down there? I can't see. Adaptive, what's it now? I think I still have my tabs up from earlier. Yeah. Versatile framework. It's the next one. Yeah, I don't remember I was going on about how there's an alt which takes 3 items, so I've got like, the 3-4 thing in. But power-wise, it's a bit funky. I'm just going to grab the template. 2.5 unit a minute of modular frame and 30 unit a minute of steel beam coming together to make 5 unit a minute of versatile framework. What's next? Automated wire. So I've actually built the floors. Forgot. Well, I think I forgot to put the signs on things. Run out of the parts for the signs. Then realize, oh, I'll build some of this shit. Like, oh no, I can't do that. So both require rods. These floors could possibly be shorter, but I don't know off the top of my head how many of them I'll have refineries in. So, is that. And we want to use 10 segment high production floors to manage items that require refineries, just so we've got a bit of space to do like semi-graceful manifolding by raising the building up the floor. Requires 3. Oh, there is. Right. Well, let's put that in. Okay, let's put the ceiling in before we forget. Now, one of the things I was thinking about doing with this output was having especially for those space elevator parts that require other space elevator parts, is instead of routing the output directly to, well, in this case, the space elevator, not the warehouse, to route them through the the floors that require the parts. That can get complicated if there's more than one recipe that requires smart plates, for example. Actually, is there? Let's have a look, because that's the next one on the list anyway. Yeah, use modular engine. It's used only in modular engines, so that kind of highlights the issue. It's like, oh, maybe it's a good idea, maybe it's not a good idea. The other the alternative is to not have fully complete manifolds. So, for example, modular engine 1 unit a minute takes 2 unit a minute of smart plating, and the recipe for smart plating requires it generates 2 units a minute of smart plating. The plastic smart plating generates more. So that's something to consider as well. But the basic gist is I could have 2 output lines with only one manifold, because I don't need any excess. Let's see if we can find an example one where excess would be needed. There we go. So the base recipe for automated wiring takes 2.5 unit a minute of automated wiring, but adaptive control unit takes 7.5 unit a minute. So rather than building a total of 10 unit a minute of production, I could build 7.5, so you'll have a 2.5 unit a minute manifold and 5 unit a minute manifold. And then when the automated wiring manifold overflows, to shove it all into adaptive control unit. Now that would mean I'd have to make sure that I don't sync automated wiring. I could sync it inside the adaptive control unit floor, but I couldn't sync it like specifically for automated wiring, because that means it would never overflow, etc., etc. But in total, it would be outputting what I need, but specifically for that manifold, it would be producing less. Yeah, automated wiring. We have 2.5 unit a minute of data. And 50 unit a minute cable. Using 2.5 unit a minute of automated wiring. Plug the in. And we get the last floor. I'm not sure whether or not to put a radar tower pick, so it might be slightly redundant. It might be better suited for over there, just because it would get more useful eastern coverage. How's that export doing? Okay, the export's actually done. Right. Okay. Upload default. Digital chirping. The upload filter. Well, not the upload filter, the content filter. Let me see the new content. First of all, let's check Task Manager, pull up the performance. Okay, that's a surprisingly small amount of data being transmitted. Let's move about a bit. That is a surprisingly small amount of Hang on, like, I'm just gonna check like what quality the stream actually is in. Looks okay. Yeah. Oh, now it peaks. But that might just be because I was downloading it. That's weird. But I'm extremely. Okay. Really, there's only like 50. That's unusual. There's only 15 clips, and that's including the community highlights. Weird. Okay, well, let's upload the longest one. You want me at like speed goes? Well, it's not so much see what my network speed goes like. It's let's see how it impacts the quality of the stream. I'm not sure what the OS is going to do with regards to uploads. This close to the actual elevator. I think I've been this close to it in a while. It used to be I would build the space elevator like between the two main ziggurats. I think that might be one of the reasons why the ziggurats are built that far apart, actually. It's like it's always me when I start a new save, I'll just go and see like, oh, how far apart did I keep the the ziggurat? It's like, oh, this far apart. Let's just do that again. So they're like 11 tiles apart, which is like plenty space for space elevator plus margin. Anyway. So there's a 3-item alt. Oh, yeah. And let's put the ceiling on before we forget. Let's make sure I've done all these on the way down. Thing there. Wiki. We are having 2 reinforced iron plates a minute. to rotors in a minute. To start plate. A minute. Let's just quickly flick through all of these space elevator parts on the wiki. Okay, so thermal propulsion record, thermal propulsion rocket definitely takes space elevator parts. Magnetic field generator takes space elevator parts. Assembly direct system takes space elevator parts. Modular engine does. Tactical control unit does. And that's great stuff. Right. So I need to go down to the bottom floor. Actually, I don't need to go down to the bottom floor. I can just look at the damn wiki and go through them. Oh, smart plate. Made by modular engine. The engine powered by thermal propulsion rocket. I think we might have to work backwards just so I can get my numbers right in my head. We can update the template. Bit rate on Twitch seems fine because I had more upload bandwidth than I thought. Random deployment there. Modular engine. We only use for the output the thermal propulsion rocket. So we could put the sink for the modular engine in here. Or we just add, yeah, if we add a separate output for the, for the space elevator parts, that would be these two. So that's going to be my sync lines. Now I need to head up to modular engine. .47 minutes of the upload to get, because it's pretty much the entire stream. It probably would be quicker for us to tip that, like the middle section out offline, but it's the process I go through. I'm used to using YouTube Studio for like this part of the editing. It's normally because there's like multiple segments to pull out, but in this case, there's going to be. Well, actually, no, there is going to be multiple segments. Yeah, yeah. So the idea with this is going to be that I'm putting out the middle of the stream up until where the like after state of dev and before the announcement intro. Then I'm cutting out the intro video and then linking that to both the Twitch highlight that's not put up earlier because that has like the archive of the live chat reaction, and then also to the official channel's YouTube video. It's that way we get you know, like the archive, like the content's archived, but I don't have like 12 minutes of like content duplicated. And like considering how important that announcement is, I feel a lot more comfortable having it like left where it is on the official channels rather than on the archive. Anyway, we need additional output modular engine. Actually, 2.5 modular engine. Manifold's only going to be doing 1.5, because it'll be like taking both of these. Is smart plating the only other place that's used? Yep, so this will be handling. Actually, yeah, other question is modular engine the other output to thingy. Modular engine, there we go. Sound motion rocket, yep. That means we can set an additional output on here for where smart plate's going to be sunk from. And we're going to be thinking. Well, let's see how many. Let's calculate the modular frame first. So, need to do 2.5 unit a minute of modular engine. That's going to be built from a 1.5 plus 1 unit a minute overflow. That's going to be in manufacturers, but we don't know how many costs. I don't want to do the math for it yet. Means it's going to be these numbers round the sides times 1.5. So we got 2.5 times 1.5 is 2.75 unit a minute of water. Only 2.5 unit a minute of rubber. And 2.75 unit a minute of smart plating. Not 2.5, it's 2. That's 3. One, two, propulsion rocket. In the original numbers. I'm saying that I should be coming off as soon as possible, but I've got another 40 minutes of upload left. So it might be a case of I'll get a bunch of stuff done and then I'll just like queue up the uploads and leave it overnight. Going to the space elevator. Reason the D key was stuck. Going to be 1 unit a minute of modular engine. Removing manufacturers. Actually, that's a point. That'd be 2 manufacturers as well. So we're going to have a total of 5 unit a minute. Max of smart plating being sunk. Hmm. 2.5. 2 times 2.5. We got 5 unit a minute there. $1.5 of rubber and 5 of smart plating. And we head up to the smart plating goal. Different from modular engine. 5 unit a minute. Recipe creates 2 unit a minute, so it's going to be 3 unit a minute plus 2 unit a minute. Even if we have a space elevated stage where we're consuming smart plate and modular engine at the same time, eventually the space elevator would fill up with smart plate and the line would back up, and well, that'd be it. Start overflowing. 2 times 3 is 6. 6 unit minutes are reinforced iron plates. And the same. A few assemblers. Yeah, we're using a smart plate. Let's go in space elevator. One, 2, 3, 4. If that was the right way around, it wasn't. 1, 2, 3, 4. The numbers right here. 2 unit a minute. 2 unit a minute. 3 divided by 2. 2. 3. Unit a minute. 5. 2, 3, 4, 5. for now. See how much we can get with this. The infinite. Rip a hole in the wall. It's in the wrong direction. Okay. So, obviously, the rest of the week is going to be doing space elevator shit. I could update the stream info. Spring space elevator facilities. I need to run these belts down. I'm not actually. Well, I say that. I'm not actually sure what route those items are going to take to get here. Because they're going to be produced over the other side. And if we're going to be going from the bottom up, then the first thing we produce is going to be cooling system and then fuse modular frame. So that's 2 floors. Copper powder and pressure conversion tubes, that's 4 floors. Electromagnetic rod and battery, that's 6 floors. Supercomputer, 7. Motor and rubber, that's 9. Circuit board, heavy modular frame and computer is 10. Modular frame and steel beam is 12. Stator and cable, 14. Reinforced iron plate and rotor, 16. So that's going to be 16 floors versus 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 floors. So we might have to get a bit creative. Like, if do all this manifold and find out that reinforced iron plate is only being produced on the smart plating floor, then we can ship the parts up here directly and produce them on site, and that'll take one floor out of the equation. That's not going to be the case with some modular frames. Rotors are going to be used in stators. That's not the case there. Wires used in stator and cable, so you could just ship up copper ingots. Well, plus the rotors. Although, saying that, you could ship the parts directly, but that gets a bit confusing. You should be producing the copper sheets for the copper rotors directly on site. Would get a bit confusing. Modular frames is going to be an obvious one. Like, one of the things I could be doing for these production floors is, well, I need to produce fused modular frame. I actually also need to produce pressure conversion cube. So I need to produce pressure conversion cube, which requires a fused modular frame. Fused modular frame requires heavy modular frame. I don't know if I've got a recipe on Space Elevator past this that requires heavy modulars. Oh no, we do. Got the control unit. Then we've got modular frame. So you could put all the frames on one floor, so you'd be swapping let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4. If you swap the 4 floors from 1, you take that down from 16 down to 13. Copper powder could be produced on the same floor. It's required for pressure conversion cubes, so that takes it down to 12. Yeah, that kind of thing. So we've got a lot of planning and shit to do. Yeah, we might have to like pop down there and plan out what we're gonna do with signs. Because then we could just, stack up a bunch of 1 meter signs saying what item is going to be produced in what floor. And for best result, I would need to pop open, let's see, production planner. We're going to make 1 of each. Just to see how many total unique items we need. Yeah, definitely need to be coming off as soon as possible. I could be doing this offline where I don't need to be like awake enough to speak. But started, so I'll finish. Smart plating, automated wiring, just framework, adaptive control unit, modular engine, solid system magnetic thing. It says nuclear plaster. Have I got a floor for nuclear plaster? I'm just confused the shit out of things. It's going to be all the way down the bottom, I think, like, yeah. Let's just take a shortcut. I'm too tired to do this properly. Yeah. Past it, there we go. Right, so we need 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, 31, 34, 35, 36. So you've got 36 items spread over multiple floors. I don't want to build 36 floors of crap. That doesn't count the production of ingots and fluids. You know, meh. So that's going to be off now. The rate things are going, I might be online tomorrow. It depends on how long it takes us to process the YouTube side of things. Also, depending on how tired I am tomorrow, I might opt to like nap and then YouTube and have an early night. But at this rate, I should be streaming by Thursday. So that's all for now. Goodbye.